First of all, just, congratulations to the Patriots. They did a great job. Coach Belichick did an outstanding job. There's really no other way to put it. I'm pretty numb right now, but, definitely I got outcoached, and I didn't do nearly good enough for a football team. Hey, great job, man. Hey, I respect you, man. Appreciate that, Kyle. Yeah, respect you, man. But, the thing that's so tough about all of this is that, the finality to it. Usually when you get a chance, if you go through some adversity, you can bounce back right away. This one's going to stick with you and just stings in your gut. And like I said, I'm still kind of numb right now, but I have so much love for these players and these coaches. And that's where, it really, it eats at you because you feel like you didn't do your part to help them achieve success. But one of the things that you can't say enough about is just the resolve of this football team. I love the way they continue to compete. I love these players and coaches, and that's the motivation to go back to work and try to do right for them. Yeah, I think really the value of experience is something that, this is a humbling game. And when you go back and you look at every single game, you get a chance to learn from it. Certainly they did some things, specific to, what they had shown where they did a great job mixing it up a little bit on defense. I thought our defense did a nice job, but then, they were able to make some plays here and there. And you see why they're a great football team. But, at the end of the day, you can always learn, Jim. And, certainly this is going to be a very humbling, tough one that you do learn from, but you got to demonstrate that mental toughness you talk about, and that's all I know how to do. Yeah, Mike, he is. It really, I never enabled us to get into a rhythm offensively. We didn't have any really third down conversions really the whole first half, and, they did a good job, and then it seemed like every time that we got a little bit of a positive play, then we'd end up having a penalty or move ourselves back. So I think a lot of it was a result of some of the things they did, but then also the play selection. I was not pleased at all with my feel for the flow of the game and kind of making some adjustments as the game unfolded and to giving ourselves a chance to have some success and put some points on the board. And, credit to them, and they did a good job, and I certainly didn't do good enough for us. But Todd is healthy, and, we just didn't really get a chance to get anybody going today offensively, and that starts with me. Yeah, they've done a good job with that, really with the stunts and different things. And then, they mixed it up. They had played almost exclusively some man coverage principles and decided to take away. And really in the early downs, all they ended up doing was, playing some single high buzz structures and some quarters principles. And then, third down, they had their designers and things like that. But they did a great job. It was a great game plan, and, no other way to say it. But I got outcoached tonight. You know what? Until I go back and look at the tape, it's really hard to say, Jason. I think the biggest thing is the play selection didn't really give him much of a chance. So I think it starts with me, and then that's where you got to look back and see what are the things that we can do to be better for our players, and then what can the players do better to execute, and those will be things that we'll look at. Yeah, I think he's just got such high expectations for himself, Lindsey, that, he wanted to make a play there. And I thought he made some great throws to get us down into that position, and they ended up zeroing us in the high red. And that was something that they had done, but, the play clock was ticking down and kind of threw it off of his back foot. And, Gilmore ended up making a nice play right there. But, again, those are the things that you just say, what can you continue to do as a coach to try to, put your players in better spots to have success? What you love about Jared is the first thing he does is he looks inwardly, and he's a great competitor, and I love the way that he continued to compete to the end. Yeah, I just think really it's a more of a result of just kind of the opportunities he had, and I don't want to be a broken record, but the reality is that we didn't get a lot of plays off in general until kind of you get into some of those known passing situations towards the end, and it seemed like when we did end up having some success, then I thought the holding call really was a really tough one for us, where we had some good we had a good drive going. Todd makes a nice cutback run on a tight zone, and then it puts us at 1st and 20. So those kind of plays seem like they continuously presented themselves throughout the night, and it never really enabled us to get into a rhythm, and that was really tough. Sure. Yeah, he did a great job. There's really no other way to put it, but the Patriots coaches did an outstanding job putting their guys in positions, and then the players did a great job executing. They definitely changed it up, with what they had done over the past couple weeks, especially when you looked at kind of some of the things that enabled them to have success against the Chargers and against the Chiefs. But they still played some front structures that we anticipated, and they did an excellent job with it. And then when Chung went out, then they ended up playing a little bit more of a base defense to some of the personnel groupings that we were presenting. But their coverage principles were definitely mixed compared to what they had put on tape, but they did a great job, and it was something that, I'm disappointed that I didn't do a better job adjusting within the framework of the game, but that's one of the things that makes them great.
Sean, was there a reason, were they doing something specific that you didn't feel like you could throw the ball to Todd for most of the game?
Well, there was some different situations. You could always look back, and certainly, that's going to be something that I'm sure I'll say, yeah, I wish I could have gotten him a little bit more involved and could have thrown him the ball. But in a lot of instances, you're saying, okay, keeping the run-pass balance, and then when you do decide to activate some of the throws, what are the ones that give us the best chance to have success while not putting us in a position of where, you're getting those pick stunts, different things like that, if you still want to be able to kind of keep that regularity. So the film is always a good chance to go back and look at it. I know there's a handful of decisions that I'm going to want back for sure. I think I think what it did was it definitely made it difficult for us because, anytime that you're not able to get some of the explosives or, you feel like you're always kind of right in between where it's that second down and is it 6, 7, or 5, and then you end up going to 3rd and 2, and then they did a great job stopping us. We had a situation earlier in the game where, it was a 3rd down and 2, and they ended up getting us on a sack that set us back where you're probably in 4-down territory there. So I think it was more of a, just them consistently doing a nice job of not giving up some of the explosives, and then, they stopped us on 3rd downs, and that really prohibited us from getting into a rhythm.
Sean, when the dust settles from this and Jared looks at the tape, and where can he learn and grow from?
I think the biggest thing is just being able to go back and look at the tape and then be able to really, answer that. But I think the thing that he's going to continue to learn from, Vinny, is the experience that he's gained and what a good job he's done negotiating through some of the things that we want to do better, but then also just demonstrating that mental toughness and what an elite competitor he is. And you continue to love what he's about. And I think this game will serve as a great opportunity for us to all learn from. I know I definitely have a lot to learn from this one.
Hey, Steve, last one, man.
While your offense struggled, your defense played tremendous.
Yeah.
Only allowed 3 points in the first half, 13 for the game. Can you just talk about the effort they gave? Do you think they may have just been gassed at the end?
I thought they did an outstanding job, and really you can't say enough about just the effort. Defensive coaches put together a great plan, and then I thought the players played with urgency and awareness and great concentration throughout the game. That's a really tough offense, and they did a nice job presenting a variety of different looks. They made some plays, in crunch time right there, but, I really love the way that our defense competed, and that's where, as somebody that I feel like, you're responsible for the offense for putting up more points and doing a better job. That's where I really feel like I let our team down today because of the way that our defense played.
Thanks, guys.
Okay.